I'm gonna go get a little water. Hello. I can't really talk to y'all if I'm mowing. Let's see. So, I mean, there's not a lot of tall grass. There's got some weeds and then some taller Bermuda. It's supposed to like rain and stuff, but I thought I'd live stream it. But I gotta keep the phone in the shadow. If not, it gets overheated. Whew. So we got it took us probably a little longer because we're live streaming, but I should already be done in like 5 minutes. But anyhow, so yeah, I'm an old guy. All right, I'm retired, right? And so I get an income from my retirement job. I retired at 50. I actually was earlier than that, but I had a bunch of vacation time and kind of messed around. And I mean, I think I had like 3 years of vacation time. Maybe 2 years, I don't know. But I had a lot, and I was able to retire before 50 or leave my job before 50. And I actually I didn't hate my job. I love my job. I worked with spinal cord injury, and I helped them out. And before that, I was kind of into admin and stuff like that. And then when I first started at my job, it was with the VA. I started in as working in the lab, and I worked there, and I worked in a civilian hospital. I finished my biology degree that gave me a promotion in the lab, but at the same time, I went ahead and I had a psychology degree, and I'd been working, helping like people with their lives and stuff through your church and different volunteer organizations, and I was able to put that on my my resume, and they promoted me up. But and so I worked in mental health, like for psychiatric disorders, and then psychiatric disorders, and like drug and alcohol detox. And after that, I might have to put this video in Hindi for all my friends. And after that, a position became open in the spinal cord injury unit, and everyone was like, man, if you could get that job. And there weren't many people that wanted that job, and it was a fun job. But you just you get, I mean, you initially you enjoy helping people, and you're devoted to your job. But by the time you put 10, 15 years doing that, and all the patients that you started with, they all like passed on and stuff. That was kind of lame, because they don't live like as long as us regular or people that aren't paralyzed. I mean, because like so much can just cause them problems. I mean, like if they get constipated, that can kill them. That can kill someone with a spinal cord injury. I mean, it's horrible what they have to go through apart from being paralyzed. But I mean, like constipation is a big thing with spinal cord injury, because you got to think wherever they're injured, below that spot's almost everything is paralyzed, or pieces of that stuff is paralyzed. And like the voluntary part, like walking's a voluntary part. Well, the involuntary, what do they call it? Well, now the cedar is horrible. That's why I'm really not looking forward to getting out and doing this mowing right now. The cedar pollen, although I'm not as allergic to it, I don't even think that I'm allergic to cedar. It's just that it's so high. It's like almost 30,000 grains per cubic inch. It's freaking just a lot, dude. And So yeah, a lot of things kill those, really cause complications for that spinal cord injury. And I got to do some fun stuff. I got involved. Not that I had to, but I actually, that was kind of one of the few jobs. Here, I'm going to turn my car on and charge this phone up while I'm in here. That was one of the few jobs that let's see. We'll go sideways for a while. That was one of the few jobs. Here, let me see if I can get this kind of a little bit straight. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going off. That I actually liked volunteering for. And yeah, it was a neat job. I enjoyed it. We do wheelchair sports, and most of the time, what that entailed is that they needed, a lot of times they needed 5-on-5, and so I would have to get into a wheelchair, and they did not let up on me. They smashed into me, and it was it's like they wanted to make me paralyzed. I was a lot younger then. I wouldn't do it now, man. Taking those hits because some of those wheelchairs are like chariots, man. They're built for impact, and it sucks. But anyhow, I loved it. I loved that job. But when presented with retirement, I was ready to go. Because you just want to wake up. You just want to start controlling your stuff. So anyhow, the problem. So when you retire, right, you get on. I have a pretty good income, retirement income. But the problem is that I don't have a good enough income to be recession proof. And although my wife thinks so, she doesn't have a good income. Both of us together don't have a recession proof income. Bills still affect us. And so, like right now, like I was watching a video earlier today about a guy complaining about what do you call it? The cost of meat. He was on a video and he put up a bunch of TikTok videos about people complaining about the price of beef, and it's expensive. And what that tells me is that to curtail that cost, you have to because no one wants to eat chicken nonstop, okay? But you just buy smaller portions of beef, right? If you want to eat beef, and then you we got these two kids, 8 and 9-year-old. They love everything off the grill. It can be vegetables, anything, and they like it. And except for one of them, he's real picky. But he still eats. He eats more than he used to. But you just cook that stuff on the grill, and it makes it taste better, and they like it. They don't think they're gonna like it. But they're like, this is good. And so you got to do things because you got to think about cost. And like my wife thinks we're like rich. we do good, but we're not rich. So one of the things that I'm trying to achieve to become recession proof is that, we only have maybe like 120,000 left on our house here. And, I'm really wanting to pay it off. And my financial advisor's telling me, well, that's going to be your only write-off. And I'm like, who cares? Like right now, all my cars are paid for. And, once we get that house paid for, we can start saving up money and pay cash for cars. You know what I'm saying? And, so it sucks, right? It sucks that happens. This cough drop had some all the wrapper didn't come off. But I'm just going to wait for a little while to let's see. Oh, there we go. There's my peoples. Let's see. Oh yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, they liked and did all that. So yeah, so I'm just chilling out, man. You know, just kind of mowing a couple of lawns here and there. Like during my busy season, like it's winter here, and although it's been a warm winter and the grass it hasn't stopped growing, it's slowed up horrendously for most people. Like if you take care of your lawn and you just have straight Bermuda, your lawn will slow up in growth. But like this lawn here that I'm cutting today's kind of got a lot of weeds in it, and those winter weeds continue to grow. But so the Bermuda's still growing, and people are calling me to mow, but not frequently. So I mean, with my retirement, I'm paying on the house, and this lawn money is like my extra money. Like all those super chats I give people comes from my lawn. And what sucks is my bank, they only allow me so many. So I've had to like decrease the amount. And so like it's getting near the end of the month. Like I won't be able to give a lot of them, like probably between now and like the end of the month, because they only allow me so many. So I'll probably, you know, I know y'all people in India, you know, oh, there's a new, I know you people in India, you know, y'all really do these live streams and stuff to get extra money, and my heart goes out to you, and I'll help any way I can. And here, let's see where my yeah, it's only like 23%. I'll let it go for a little while longer, and I'll just relax. And I just got to mow the weed eating. Doesn't take me long, and then the blowing. So you know what I'll do? I'll do everything and do it on a live stream. But yeah, so you need to make that. So when you need to make sure that your house is paid for, okay? And most people don't do that, and I'm really hounding my wife about it. And but like right now, like the value of our house is almost doubled because of the way that they're running the government, printing money and stuff like that. So if we move, we'll have to either size down, or we'll have to well, I'm going to try to get her to modify the house, but there's really nothing the matter with it, dude. I mean, there's not. We can like knock out a wall and make the kitchen bigger, and we can do that, and move the oh man, let's see. Oh yeah, we got that bathroom there. I mean, we can do a lot more in our kitchen. Like we can widen it and then move the door over, and that'll work. But a lot of people saw me like live stream, and they were wondering what the hell I'm doing, and they probably could guess. You know, I'm getting ready to be monetized, hopefully, on this on this channel, which will be cool because it'll help me earn, you know, some more pocket money. I don't know if I'll be rich, but check this out. So this is our quarter, okay? Salt River Bay. This is our quarter, okay? And I don't know if you can see the edge of it, but it's got like several layers. So back in like 1964, you know, this coin was like almost like, it was around 90% silver, and people. And the reason I'm bringing up, because back then, if you took 5 of these, it made an ounce. And that people made 5 quarters an hour back then. And so right now, if you make an ounce of silver an hour, it's worth about $80. And that's something else that you need to kind of get acclimated to about the money thing, because and I'm going to explain something else about crypto too. But the money thing is you need to get acclimated to it, and you know, and don't just blindly spend or blindly. I mean, if you have to help your family out, you know, fine. But like here in America, some of our family members ain't worth a hoot, man, and they need to hit like rock bottom. Those kids that we got. That was my ex-sister-in-law. Their dad, I don't know what his deal is. He's a combat veteran, and he's kind of mad about everything, and really doesn't want to like be locked down with kids. Okay, we're still at 0, but he likes to work a lot. And he pays his child support. He does well. But the mother who had custody of him, she was horrible. Okay? She was horrible with what she did. She got addicted to drugs and lost her home. She never really, those boys didn't even know how to read when we got them. Now they know how to read. And they're disciplined a lot better. And like, you always got to go behind them, you know. And if you forget, like, I didn't know. I mean, and when you pick them up, you're automatically concentrating on them, and not concentrating on your vehicle. So I have about $3,000 in tools sitting in my back seat. Okay. And, you know, and you can, and it's right behind, they're right behind me. Well, it'll take me $3,000 to replace them. And they're right behind me. And they can't get over there to the window, or they go in on this side right here. Right. And that's how they get in. And one of them sleeps or sits in the back, and the other sits in the front when I go pick them up. And I think I remember him opening up the window, but I figured he would close it because I asked him to. And he doesn't know why he did it. He said it was too hot, and it's only been 70 degrees. He just did it. I think because he wanted to see someone, one of his friends from school. So from here on out, I'm going to have to... you know, kind of regulate this stuff. But yeah, they're just a lot of work, man. And you just can't really rely on them to you know, kind of clean up after themselves. Like, you know, if they roll down a window, you got to roll it up, you know, because I mean, I could have had, like, and not to mention, I mean, I have a pew in here. Because sometimes I carry a lot of money. I do, man. I'll go to a day, and like, I have all of my customers. They all pay me cash, and I'll have like 6 or 7 customers that day. And, you know, and maybe I might trim some trees. And I mean, and if I do that a couple of days, I could have, and I don't make a deposit in the account. A lot of times I'll leave the money at home. Sometimes I don't, and I'll have like over $1,000 in my pocket, and I'm not going to do that. All these lawns, all what I'm doing now, they're all like paying. Oh, I was going to tell you, I have this guy in New York. He invests in property, and he pays me in crypto. And you know, it's and like it's $50 to do his property over here. And he sends me crypto. And sometimes I get it, and it'll like be $48 in crypto when I get it. But then I just let it sit, and then sometimes it shoots up to $60. So and then I sell it and I cash it out, and I end up getting $60 for a lawn. So that's the thing about crypto. Crypto is going to be one of those things that as soon as it's easier to exchange, people will go around banks doing that, you know. But it's hard to exchange, and people don't really comprehend how to exchange it. Hey, how you doing there? I see number one there. Up, left it. But well, I'm gonna let's see where we're at with Hey, what's up, brother? Try dude, you're not in are you in India still? Yeah, I'm mowing lawns, man. Are you in India? Right? Or I mean, because it's like, I mean, I know it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. You're up at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? What do you do for work? Are you a farmer too? I don't know. I don't even know what you do for work. I'm at my job. I'm self-employed. You're a farmer? You just game live? Are you I don't is that all you do to get money? Is you game live and that's how you get paid? Oh, you're an engineer. Engineer. An MBA degree holder. That's good. My brother's an engineer. He's a civil engineer. What kind of engineer are you? Oh, an HR specialist. Oh, you work in the government? Yeah, I worked in the government too. I'm retired from the government. I was actually a psychologist when I retired. When I first went there, I worked in a lab doing blood tests and all that. Oh, yeah? Yeah, well, that's cool. So I retired from the government, and I make good money on my retirement. Oh, okay. Now I just mow lawns and make extra money. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't remember. Shit, I'm old, man. I'll be 60 in about 3 years. So I don't remember nothing, man. So sorry. But I try to. Oh, okay. Yeah, how old are you, Trilog? Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing it for. I've been taking that methylene blue. Oh, 35. Yeah, I'm like 22 years older than you. You're old enough to be my son, but my son's like 25. Then I have these other ones, but yeah, my wife still works. You know, and she's a hospital administrator for a psychiatric hospital. And I used to work in psychiatric, yeah. And then I did spinal cord. I loved it, man. Do you do any crypto exchanging or anything like that? Do we have that discussion? Because I'm really excited. Well, I'm about silver, copper. That's all that stuff's like booming right now. But yeah, I'm just getting ready to kind of, you know, I see people like mowing lawns on YouTube, and I decided that that's what I'll do, and I'll get monetized and all that other stuff. But what kind are you do HR with your co-founders, or do you do something different? But yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna finish this lawn up. I only got one today. I had like like 3 like every other day? Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool. Yeah, my wife's a CFO or CEO assistant for her job. Yeah, I mean, I hope I hope that in the future. Oh, HR and marketing. Okay, I hope in the future that you know, because just because you go to college doesn't mean you're competent. Okay, just it doesn't mean that you're competent, and I mean, like they're reducing the standards for nursing because that's like an on the job training thing. I mean, and if you need to like move up, so they should, so there's a lot going on in our government right now. And I know that you know about it because I seen you post stuff about it. And maybe you're not fond of maybe you're not fond of our president, but there's a lot of people here that are because he's trying and you see it. But a lot of people don't like it and they think that he's cruel and ruthless. But man, like literally, like, so we pay 40% of our income in taxes, or some kind, like our insurance. We pay our insurance, so we pay almost half of our pay for taxes and like healthcare costs and stuff like that. I started paying for healthcare out of my pocket. Yeah, I mean, if you're not over here and you don't see what happened, like in the, I mean, dude, they brought all these people over here in the United States and from other like literally criminals, and it's and they're trying to clean that up, but then I don't know if the like there's a lot of fraud going on, and that's what people in the government that are crooked do. Like, we got some governors and all that other stuff. See, and that's what I like about Trump, because everyone's like, well, you got to tax the billionaires. Well, right, he's a billionaire and he's the only one that we can trust, and it's because it's the millionaires in our Congress that are like doing us in, man. I mean, we should be able to keep most of our money, but yeah, there's 2 people in there. All right, well, hey, I'm gonna get going with this weed eating stuff, and I'll my neighbors are I actually live in this neighborhood. Yeah, there's plenty of gas in there. This shouldn't take me long. put on these mowing glasses. Hold on. Good night, dude. Y'all probably saw all the lawn, so I don't need to go over with you. Ugh. All right, so here you go. Here's the whole lawn. And I'll wrap this live stream up. Yeah, I fixed this fence for her. They're like a, this is like a property management. She hasn't put it on the market yet, but yeah, it looks nice. Y'all have a good day, man. Peace out, dude. All right, bye.